Okay, let's let's see if we can do this again. How many chimneys, how many failures do we have to see before you start realizing watch videos first, then make a mess, knowing it's going to be a mess, or call somebody to fix these problems? This is regarding masonry chimneys. Masonry chimneys and caulk. Caulking comes in a tube, squirts on. We call it pookie. That's a pookie chimney job. Pookie roofing, pookie chimney. The word is self-explanatory. It just makes no sense. Almost sounds like a cartoon character. Pookie. Here's the deal. Number one is when you put caulk on, remember that if you were to throw water on this chimney, what would happen is moisture would seep into the mortar. That's just the way mortar works. That's how masonry works. Mortar and the stone, the brick, all need to be jointly united with the right mix so it stays intact. Mortar typically a little bit weaker than the stone and or brick. But what you don't want to do is put caulk on here. When you put caulk on here, you've now trapped the moisture on the inside of the masonry, causing the moisture to go inside. Now on top of that, you see here where the caulking is trapping water. Any water that would get in up there is supposed to run out on this flashing over the shingle. That can't happen if you put caulk here. Now this is a redo of a chimney. It's going to have to be all ground off. Probably new flashing. That's a little unknown because I can't see enough of it. They got too much caulk on it. Would have to chip away to do that. I haven't got permission to do that yet. But what you want to do is, I just looked down at some wrong skylights installed too. How many things we see going wrong on in this industry is unbelievable. The lack of knowledge, the lack of training, the lack of trying to become trained. I know a roofing contractor group that does millions and millions of dollars, big sign out front, a lot of advertising, I mean a lot of advertising. They'll pop up at you every time you want to get on your computer if you ever look at them. And they have salesperson and turnover and new salespeople and new salespeople. They are a sales organization. They do nothing to help you on roofing sometimes, and that's a real shame. You may get an okay shingle job, but when it comes to dealing with flashings, skylights, and the proper things that's needed, it takes a little more than that. National Roofing Contractors Association does an outstanding job coaching, teaching this stuff. In fact, they've started their certification program, and I would think in the next 2 or 3 years, you would not want to have anybody on your roof that is not certified by the National Roofing Contractors Association. It's a real training. The actual person has to go take the test live. None of this like the manufacturers will certify you if you can get somebody in the office to take the test for you. That's what's going on out here. Chimneys, skylights, these are things people just don't know about. This is a very, very, very typical case. And you know, it's on a fairly new rebuilt house. It's just a pretty little place. And sad that they've got this problem right now.